Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the Tried and Tested podcast today. I am your host, Tracey, and for those of you who are not familiar with me, I am the host of this relationship podcast where I discuss things, me and my guests discuss everything involving relationships and dating in this day and age, whether it's makeups to breakups, whether it's romance, marriage, anything you can think of that is dealing with relationships, I'm talking about it. So today I have a very special guest, my boo Peanut today. So say hey, girl.
Hey, everybody.
So thank you so much for joining us
thank you
today.
for having me.
Yes, honey, we are excited. So let's just jump right into the topic. So we are going to talk about today, do nice guys finish last? So, for me, I've heard this statement a lot. Like it's something that it's just like a phrase that I've heard throughout my life. Like, nice guys finish last. And I think that it means that, good guys are not the ones out here winning. They're not out here getting the girls that they want. They're not out here getting married and things, like they're just home alone, licking their wounds and, they just live a life of like, the unfortunate when it comes to relationships and dating. So what does that statement mean to you? Like, that's what I think of when I hear that, nice guys finish last. So what does that mean to you, Peanut?
So I totally disagree with the statement. And I feel like, they have this perception of nice guys as being too kind or like weak and being taken advantage of or being lame. Just the total opposite of the cool guy, I guess. So I disagree with the statement. I actually feel like nice guys finish best, not even first, best. Like they end up in the best situations.
And how do you figure? Like, why do you think that? I'm just curious.
Okay, so besides just knowing, like, whether it's friends of friends, family members, just knowing people like men who are nice guys, like they're kind, they're respectful, they're not out, trying to do people dirty or have this like persona of I can't have a monogamous relationship or marriage is not it for me and lead women on, like, and they end up, and like I just from experience of me seeing it with the men that I know that are nice guys, they are in the best relationships. They're the ones going the furthest when it comes to that.
Oh. Yeah. So I feel like with that, I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. I'm not really sure. So basically, like, I would say, like, a lot of nice guys are probably in relationships or they're taken because I would hear women say, like, of course, all the good ones are gone, right? Which is another statement that people make. And so I think that is true. Like, I've met men where I feel like, oh, like, he's really good. But, of course, like, he's probably been with this girl forever and she scooped him right up. That's one form of a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
And I know this probably has nothing to do with the actual topic, but then you have the nice guys who are what we just said, like they have a great relationship, a great family, but then they out there cheating, right? It's like you want your cake and you want to eat it too. So, so I don't know if that's still considered a
nice guy.
They're like,
and being a nice guy.
They're probably the faux nice guys, right? Because I just randomly thought about that because I feel like that there's men where they have like homely looking wives. Well, they don't always have to, but I'm just trying to paint, give you the image.
They live two lives or multiple lives. What you saying? Like they have that perfect, wife, 2 kids, and a picket fence. Is that it? House and whatever, that. And then they do whatever they do on the side. You mean like that? Oh, you mean like one of those guys who have like the perfect home life with the wife, 2 kids, and a picket fence, and then they have like some shady stuff going on the side, like a second family, like that guy?
Yeah. So I feel like those are like the nice guys who are not really nice, but they look like the part. So, but we're not talking about them. But that just came to mind because I'm like, wait. There are several different types of nice guys. And I feel like with them, they kind of finish last. Like they're trying to have too much. And
Yeah.
sometimes they end up destroying their marriage or their relationships and things like that. So,
Yeah. But those
so
aren't nice guys. Like,
they're
those
not.
are bad guys.
Yeah. No, really, you're right. Because,
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead, honey, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, when you think of a nice guy, you think of those guys who take you on, like, the date that you want, the guy who's going to call you, keep communicating with you, and on the path of building with you. And then, like, some women think, like, wait, he's doing too much, or he's trying too hard, or they're like, he's being fake. But that might be his real personality. Like, that's just how he is. Like, that's what I think a nice guy is.
No, I definitely agree that that's what a nice guy is, but I feel like, I mean, you have the nice guys who come off as desperate, and it's almost like it's super scary or super weird, especially when you have the kind of men out here that are not really, like, some of them may be playing hard to get, some of them may be weighing their options, some of them are not really too pressed over you. So I definitely feel like the nice guys that are, like, creepy, that are, like, you know, they just, oh, I love you, I want to marry you, like, you know, like, I've been on a date before where it's like, maybe the second date, like, the person is, you could tell he's a nice guy. You could tell that he's probably not out here doing the most, but then again, you can't really ever tell. But with, like, the behavior, you're like, whoa, like, you're doing too much. But then again, and we did talk about this last night on my live episode, one of the people that I had talked to, like, years ago, who was a super duper nice guy, okay? Like, remember, we went out for ice cream. He pulled out the guitar. He was playing me songs and trying to serenade me, but it was just the wrong time. Like, it was just the wrong time, I think.
Too soon.
Yeah, I think I had just got out of a relationship. But I feel like with this, I honestly can't tell if the reason why was because he was a nice guy or it was because I just got out of a relationship. You know what I mean? But he was somebody, he stuck around for like a good, like 6 to 8 months. And it's just like, I don't even think, not that I don't even think, I know, like, I don't even think I held his hand, okay?
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like, but he was like super nice and super cool. He was a handsome guy, nice shape, nice everything. And I could not figure out for the life of me, and I'm a nice girl, so I like nice people, but I could not figure out for the life of me, like, why I did not want to talk to him. So I don't know.
See, that's where I feel like there's a dilemma in regards to women's perception of nice guys. Okay, so your thing, I feel like that was a timing issue. So, like, outside of timing of you just ending your relationship. So let's say you already have been on a dating scene and you hadn't been in a relationship. Like, if he had done those things, do you feel like you still would have been a little resistant towards him, or you would have been more receptive to him because you're like, okay, he's a really nice guy, let me pursue this? Like, can you think of, you know, like, cause I just feel like women have that, like, outside of the timing thing, but like they have, overall, I feel like nice guys do finish the best, like they finish first, whatever. Yeah. But in the beginning, I feel like it could be very hard for them because if they do, they have to have that perfect balance of trying, like being themselves and being like how you would want a man to be towards you in the initial stages, but then not be too much where the woman's like, oh no, he's too clingy, he's too, you know, he's trying too hard. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not really sure, like, okay, in this particular case, I'm not really sure what the issue was. Even later on down the line, like, I just always saw him more in a friendly way, and I feel like that may happen to nice guys. There may be nothing wrong with you, but women put you in the friend zone category. And I remember, like, he told me, and I never asked him, he was just like, you know, I was seeing somebody when I met you, and because I really felt like I really wanted to be with you, like, I cut her off. I wasn't dealing with anyone. I was waiting around for you. I was giving you time, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, right. But the reality of what is just, and
you let him on.
No, but I feel like I didn't lead him on because I think that I'm very, like, upfront, like, when it comes to people. But I think that because I still spoke with him, that really, like, you know, he felt like, oh, there's hope. And then I remember, like, before he deaded me altogether, like, before he was like, nah, this is it, like, he asked me one more time, like, you know, like, what's up? Like, what do you think? And, you know, so on and so forth. And I just, I didn't have any answer. And I promise you, I don't know why. Like, maybe I was young. Like, maybe I thought he was really, really serious. I don't know. But, like, I think in order for him to get over it, like he had to kind of like almost hate me a little bit. So like we're still like friendly and we're still cool, but I can tell that he doesn't like me. Like, have you ever seen a relationship like that where like they don't like you, but they're nice to you, but they probably feel like you try to play me and you hurt my feelings? You know what I mean? I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
you've
do.
seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've experienced that. I feel like I've experienced people where they're like, you know, they're nice to you, but yet they kind of have a little hatred for you just because, like, you guys didn't pursue anything. Like, and you're just okay, but do you feel like if you were at the right time, like, it's not his niceness then? Was that it? Like, him being a nice guy, that wasn't what it was. So then,
I don't know what it was. I was just wondering, like, if that, I mean, because I would recommend him to a woman. I would be like, yeah, like, he's super cool, he's nice, he's cute, you know, but he just wasn't for me. But I was just, like, I was wondering if, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, like,
but,
I just feel like with nice guys, look at how you described him. And, like, look at all the stuff, and we're like, oh, like, he just kept trying. And I mean, like, how could, you know, if you meet men like that and, you know, you push them away because you feel like they're doing too much, I ultimately think that, you know, not what you did, but like, I feel like if you push men who are like that and they're sweet and, you know, did all of that stuff, just to get at you and continue to try to get at you, like, you know, eventually it's something up with you, and it's not nice guys that's the issue. Like, then you want a bad guy, and then you want to be in that drama-filled situation.
No.
You don't think women are like that? Like, they find it entertaining? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, not your situation. I meant, like, in general, women picking a bad guy over a nice guy.
Well, yes, and you actually lead me to my next question, because I was going to say, like, why do you think that nice guys are less attractive to women? Like, what do you think is going on in our brains or, you know, in our minds?
I don't know.
Like, well, you were just talking about it, so.
But I'm just saying, look at how when you described him, we both were like, oh my God. And I'm pretty sure most women would say the same thing. Like, he serenaded you, he took you on, like, dates, he was communicating with you, he put in that effort over time. So it's like, why would you dismiss that because of whatever reason, you know, whatever, and then go towards a guy who's just going to cause you a headache and have you stressed just because of what? Like, what? Well, I don't know what it is.
I mean, granted, for me, this was years ago, right? But I also, and I don't even remember where, like I said, my head was at. I do know, like I said, I had just got out of a relationship, and that was, if you heard the episode about the one that got away, that was the one that got away kind of thing. So I don't think I was in the correct state of mind anyway. But I really don't know, because even, like, I could never be like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm ready now. It's been years, you know what I mean? But I still don't think I like him in that way. Like, I would recommend him to somebody, but for me, I just feel like you cool peoples. And obviously nowadays, no man wants to be your friend. Like, no man, nice guy, mean guy. Like, I realize that. I like friends. I was somebody who grew up in boarding school. I love to have friends. And it's just like, I like guy friends or girlfriends. It doesn't really matter. But I realized as I got older, like, that people don't want to be your friends. And I had to learn that the hard way. Like, So, yeah. So, okay, well, another question.
Wait,
go ahead.
Before you finish that, let me backtrack. Because you know what? I thought about it, and I really do feel like it's either a confidence issue with women in regards to feeling like they're not good enough for that guy who is putting in the effort for them, or they just like drama. Like, you attract what you you internally are. Like, you might put on that persona of, no, I want a good guy and I want to be in a stable relationship that's good, that's going to work. But ultimately you reflect what you bring, like what you attract. So, I mean, it has to be those two issues. Okay. I'm sorry.
I agree. Like, I feel like, you know, a lot of people, whether male or female, but we are talking about nice guys, so we're going to talk about the women here. So a lot of women, we attract what is inside of us, whether we see it or not. There's something that maybe, you know, you didn't, past trauma, past issues, whatever, soul ties, whatever you want to call it. And so, because oftentimes we do see women that they find the same type of man continuously until you yourself have to break out of the cycle that you're in. So I definitely agree with
Mhm.
that 100%. And this has nothing to do with you being like unsmart or whatever, but it's just that whatever is inside of you, like deep rooted. I definitely agree
Yeah.
with that. Yeah. So do you think that these nice men, do you feel like they come off as less masculine and easily to disrespect?
No, I mean, not at all. Because I feel like if you're respecting me and you are doing things in a fashion of, cause I guess maybe I'm old fashioned or I was just taught differently, but like a man, contacting you, calling you to make sure you're good and opening the doors and taking you out on dates and like, spoiling you with attention, affection, time, and effort, like that is very manly. That will lead you to like, that's not weakness or, oh, he's soft. No, like that's a strong man that knows what he wants, is going after it, and can handle it. Now, you on the other hand of like a guy who's disrespectful, you like telling me one thing, but you messing around with A, B, and C, like, doing dirty things, like I feel like that makes you weak. So I feel the opposite.
But I mean, do you feel like nice guys are easy to be disrespected? Because I get like it is, for me, I see it as it's definitely masculine to do those manly things. But in my mind, like I said, we're not really talking about a physical person. In my mind, when I hear nice guys, you think of somebody who's kind of soft, right? And like I said, this could just be from what media puts it. Oh, go ahead.
I disagree. I don't think of them being as soft at all. Like, I think of them as being strong, and I think of them as knowing what they want. And I think of them as, being not, aggressive would be the wrong word, but I guess it is being aggressive and at attaining, something that you want. And like, and I don't think they could be easily disrespected just because they're nice, because they're gentlemen, because they're respectful. I mean, that's just the person themselves. Like, he might be a nice guy, but he might have confidence issues, so he is easily disrespected. But then you have another guy who's very confident and he's a nice guy, and he's not gonna be easily disrespected. I don't associate those two.
Okay.
At least I don't think so. But I get what you're saying, because you see it all the time on social media, or like people with these little like memes, and it always makes it seem like the nice guys do me. Yeah, that's why I feel like that's the issue, just because in itself, like, you have social media and people putting it out there like that if you're like that, you're weak, you're soft. But then, they make cheating appealing. I'm like, I don't get that. So
no, you're right. You are right. And you see these little people on social media, mini influencers or young influencers, and that's what they actually glorify. Like, it's weird. Exactly. I'm like, okay, so yeah. No, I definitely agree. And I know you had mentioned before, like, that's what attracted you to your husband. You said that he's a nice guy. Shout out to Duper Art. He's like a famous artist. But, yeah, so you said that he's a nice guy, and that's kind of like that's what attracted you to him immediately, correct?
Yes. And okay, I don't know if we have time, but this is getting real personal. Just because, like, I know a lot of men in my family and friends who are nice guys, and then some of them aren't the nicest guys, and I still feel like they've all been in relationships, and who knows what is in someone's personal relationship. But I've experienced or seen the guy where they might be nice and respectful and stuff in regards to that, but like they still do shady stuff, like going back to what you said about having like one family and then doing whatever on the side. And it's like you kind of when you see that, and then you see like a nice guy that is just like for you, like I feel like you could tell the difference, like you notice it. So like they're not hard to find.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. No. So, like I said, but I'm definitely glad that you know the difference, and you know that nice guys are the ones that we should actually be going after. So I definitely appreciate your insight on this topic. I appreciate, everything that you had to say today. And so, just to wrap up before we go, so obviously we know that women, for some, not all women, but there's women who go after these player types or they friend zone the good guys or, they just whatever. So do you have any last minute words for people who are maybe dealing with a situation where they have people that they're leaving in the friend zone that are nice guys,
Okay. Do not leave that guy in the friend zone, or don't put him in the friend zone so quickly. Fill him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not as long as you did, Tracey. But
girl, I was busy.
Fill him out for a little bit. Hang out with him and then friend zone him or then pursue him.
Okay.
Nice guys finish first.
Okay, so we're going to change that narrative. Nice guys finish first. All right, honey bun. Well, thank you so much for, being my special guest for today. And before you go, thank you. Before you go, if anybody wants to reach out to you on social media, where can they find your page? What's your Instagram or whatever name you use?
I'm on Instagram, and it is Peanut Butter Cup, and that's butter with Butta.
Okay.
Peanut Butter Cup.
Yes, honey. We got you. All right. Well, I just want to thank you, like I said, once again, so much for being my guest. And to my listeners, I thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, have a good one.